Hey guys, Johnny and Tracy with RV SWAT, and today we thought we'd tell you about a brand new big money work camping gig that we just found out about, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And before we get started today, if you hear any crunching in the background, it's a Gadget chewing on something over there. I don't know what he's chewing on.
It's not me chewing on Skittles.
or it's Tracy chewing on Skittles, one or the other. But so just a quick update of where we're at and what's going on with RV SWAT. We are currently in Fort Payne, Alabama, one of our favorite places in the country. Also, technically our home base, I guess you would call it.
This is where we lived before we went full time.
We're in Fort Payne, Alabama. If you don't know anything about Fort Payne, you can check out a video somewhere along here. I'll post a video we done about 3 years ago of all of our favorite stuff to do in Fort Payne. But today we actually found a new thing.
We found it a few days ago, but
Payne.
today we caught it open.
Yep. So we went today, and before we get into it, I know this is a work camping job video, but we got to tell you about the new business we just found that opened up in Fort Payne because it's ice cream, and it's one of my favorite things in the world is ice cream.
And I was almost disappointed because I don't eat ice cream, and lo and behold, they had red velvet cheesecake brownies.
Red velvet.
I think it was red velvet cheesecake.
Yeah.
My gosh.
And they have monster stuffed cookies and
as big as your head.
All kinds of ice cream. And what's cool about the ice cream at this place is it's made like old fashioned. It's in the the old, old school churners that we had whenever we were kids, right? So that's what they make all of their ice cream in. I think it's called Lookout Mountain Creamery and Dessert. Yeah. So we'll have some video rolling right here while we're talking about it, but not going to spend much time on it. We just want to let you know Fort Payne, Alabama, one of our favorite places, and now there's a new business in town, so we just wanted to update you.
Go.
Yeah, so if you ever come through Fort Payne, Alabama, and stay up at DeSoto State Park or anything like that, make sure you come down in the valley and check out the creamery.
I mean, that is amazing. It's the cutest place.
Yeah, they had a bunch of cool stuff here.
Very unique.
Yeah. So, now let's talk about the big news, all right?
Yes, I gotta get more Skittles.
Tracy's eating Skittles. So we found if you see us looking down, we have our notes here because we want to make sure we cover everything.
This is a brand new work camping job. It has never been offered before.
Yeah.
So it was offered to past Sugar Beet employees first because it actually is through the same. It's through Express Employment.
Yeah. So Express Employment is who hires you for a sugar beet harvest, and what they done before they posted this job on Work Camper News, which is on Work Camper News now, but before they posted it there, they sent an email out to past sugar beet employees and offered it to them first, which we did accept. We accepted the job, and now it's listed on Work Camper News. So I'll try to put some links in the description of where you can go apply for the job and all. But let's get into what the job is all about. So it's a company called Digikey.
Sorry, hair.
Oh. It's a company called Digikey. It's an electronics company, right?
Yes.
And it is in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. And it is a summer job. Summer/fall. We'll get into more of that in a little bit. But it's a summer job in Minnesota, which is actually only about an hour and a half away from where we do sugar beets.
Yeah.
We do sugar beets in Drayton, North Dakota.
If you do East Grand Forks, then you're about maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah. So we thought this is going to be great. We're going to work a summer job for good money and then only have an hour and a half commute whenever we move over to sugar beet harvest. So.
And since it's through Express Employment, they know that we're working the sugar beet harvest, so our contract is up in enough time for us to get there, and that whole hour and a half drive is going to be rough.
So let's talk about some key things that we have written down right here, and then anything else we can think of. But some of the questions we know people are going to ask, right, is what's the pay, right? Well, first they're going to ask what's the job.
Yeah.
Right. So the job it's a company called Digikey Electronics, and I think I would put it in the category of Amazon Camper Force. Right?
Kind of like that, yeah.
It's a distribution center for the electronics company, so the jobs you hired for is either like picking, packing, and a couple other things. So it's basically like an Amazon job. I think we got hired for picking.
I think so.
I think is what we accepted, and we accepted it at $18 an hour is what we accepted. It ranges anywhere from $17.90 to $18.90,
so
but they told us $18 to $19 an hour, and that's based on whether you work day shift or night shift. We took day shifts. Yeah, there's 3 shifts. There is a 4 in the morning. Of course, our welcome letter says 5s, but we'll get into that in a second. Yeah. It's 4 to 1:30, 1:30 to 10, or 10 to 5:30. So that's 4 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., 10 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Our welcome letter or offer says 5 to 1:30 because that's 8-hour shift, right? But I think you have 5 hours mandatory overtime.
Right, they're on 45-hour weeks right now.
With possibility you could work more if you choose to, but it's mandatory that you work 45. So 5 hours now, more available if you want it. So that's where the opportunity is to make, while we're calling this a good money or a great money job, is because it's one of the higher paying jobs that we found out there at $18 an hour and overtime. So it's getting into some pretty good money. Let's see, we talked about picking, inspecting, receiving, packing, and let's see, your campsite is 100% paid for. They put you up in a campsite, full hookups. Everything's paid. The only thing that's not covered is your propane, is what they were telling us, right? Propane and laundry is at your own expense. You are released in time to go to beats. So if you are signed up for beats, you are released in time to go to beats. If you don't want to do beats, you can stay at Digikey.
And
what's
next?
Yep. So if you are doing beats and you leave Digikey to go do beats, you can go back to Digikey right after beats is over if you don't have a fall job.
If you
want to stay in there,
then they give you the opportunity to come back.
If you want to deal with Minnesota in the winter,
woo, I would like it for a minute.
Yeah. Let's see, opportunity to come back after beats if you want. So you do apply with Express Employment. Like I said, the job is listed on WorkCamper News. If you are a WorkCamper member, gold member or platinum, I think, you can get on to whatever level you're at that you can see the hotline jobs. Go log on, go to your hotline jobs and narrow it down to Minnesota.
If you're not a member, here's our, we'll put our thing in the comment or in the description. Yeah, we'll put our promo code in the description of the video if you want to sign up for WorkCamper News membership. I think it should still be listed on, if you want to grab my phone, well, we'll do it. It should still be listed because it hasn't been 14 days yet, but if not, I'll put a link to how to apply for the job. So I'll get the link off of WorkCamper News, put it in the description below to go apply for the job. What else? They had a webinar, or they have a webinar that's also on WorkCamper News. It was a live webinar. We missed it, but you can go back and watch it. It is still on.
I'll try to find a link to that and put that in the description also. I'll try to put as much information in the description as I can, get you the webinar, get you the link to apply for the job. Like I said, we did accept the job. Our start date is May 3rd. So we arrive at the campground on April 29th. We have orientation at Express Employment on the 30th, and then our orientation starts at Digikey on the 3rd. And then your first 2 weeks, you work 8 to 5, I think it is, as training, and then you go to your scheduled shift after the first 2 weeks. Right. So we will be there very soon. So if you want to come work with us, you can apply now and accept the work date, start date starting soon.
They have start dates into June.
Yep.
So they started in April. They had a couple of dates in April. Then they had 4 in May, and they have 5 in June. I think there's 5 weeks in June, so they have 5 start dates for them.
Right. So you're flexible on your start dates. They're flexible on your end dates. We'd like to see people come work Digikey with us and then go over to Sugar Beach right after that.
I think the hardest thing this year is going to be, so last year at Sugar Beach we were on the day shift.
Yeah.
Which means this year we're on the night shift because it always rotates. No questions about that. If you're on day shift this year, you're on night shifts next year. So we're on night shifts for Sugar Beets, but we're working from 4 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon at the job prior to that.
Right.
So I don't know how that's gonna go as far as, getting our schedules right, but hopefully they'll let us go in enough time to work on that.
All right, just looking at my notes real quick, I think we covered everything. We covered the pay, we covered the shifts, start dates, campsites paid for. I don't know, if you think of any other questions that we didn't cover, put them in the comments below. Ask all the questions you want. We'll try our best to either answer them or get an answer for you. Again, we don't know exactly what the job is yet because we're not there, and this is the very first time this job was offered.
We will be doing videos.
Yep.
You do have to pass a drug test.
Yes.
You have to pass a background check.
Yep. So make sure you can pass your drug test and your background check and all that stuff before you apply for it.
Don't say we didn't tell you. That's all.
Is that it?
That is it.
Alright, so if you like this video or interested in this job, make sure you click the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't before, and click the bell if you want notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. And
don't forget, if you're in Fort Payne, go to Lookout Mountain Creamery and desserts.
Good ice cream.
Oh, Hermagerd.
Alright guys, we've let this one run on long enough, so we just want to jump on real quick, tell you about this job if you didn't hear about it already, and hope to see you guys there, and we will see you in the next video.